Good morning. Welcome to the unofficial Pokey Studios. This is getting a little out of control, would you say, Carla Marie?
What'd I say?
Wouldn't you say?
Wouldn't I say?
So we walked in this morning. Now, keep in mind, last week or 2 weeks ago, something like that, we walked in, there were a bunch of Pokemon trading cards.
Mm-hmm.
And our friend Amy, who owns this building that we're in, she brought those in and left them as a gift. Then Lenny sent us a studio warming gift, and it was jacked Pikachu. Okay?
And then I walked in this morning. I walked in the studio first, and I said, it has to stop. And Anthony's like, what? And I'm like, I just walked in, and he's like, whoa!
So we walked in, and there were these 3 gigantic plush, 2 of them are gigantic. Pikachu's actually a good size for a plush.
Is that Park Ranger Pikachu?
I believe so. Let's see what it says here. Safari Pikachu. Very close.
Okay.
So is this your Pikachu?
What do I have to do with it if I say yes?
You have to take it with you everywhere you go.
No, listen.
Oh, my God. Could we replace Mr. Bear?
Absolutely not. So, listen, we got to find a house for these things. Or a spot. Like, they can sit up there.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Maybe. I know people can't see that, what I'm pointing at, but...
We have, like, what would you call that? Not a trestle. We have, like, a metal thing hanging from the ceiling that we can hang things on.
So, when Amy, who... our landlord, walked in this morning.
Friend, landlord, coworker, or no,
office mate.
Office mate.
First thing I said to her was, those stuffed animals, it needs to stop. No more. And she's like, you're welcome. And then I find out it wasn't actually her. And it was pretty cool, the story of how they got in here. I'll let Anthony explain it. But first thing I said to Amy was like, what is happening?
Yeah. So, we walk in, there's these, and I haven't opened this box yet. Apparently, this is like a collector's item of some sort. So let's see what we got in here. Now, I will say, this is, when I said the unofficial Poke Studios, the Pokemon Company has not sent us anything. But thankfully, some people who work close with the Pokemon Company and for the Pokemon Company have sent us stuff.
They're very soft. I will say that. They don't make stuffed animals like they used to. And that's a good thing.
Is this a Squish, what's it called?
Squishmallow?
Yeah. Is it an official brand thing?
Like it's official.
No?
This is Slowpoke.
That's Slowpoke. Yeah.
I knew that.
No, you didn't.
How did I know that?
Does it say it on there? Because it says Ranger Pikachu.
No, it doesn't say it.
Let me see. It definitely says Slowpoke. And who do you have in your hand, Carla Marie? Oh, this is cool.
Twigwort. What?
Turtwig. Twigwort. Close. So this is really cool. I don't know if Carla Marie would allow these in the house.
Big Pikachu's still at home.
But we have...
oh, dear God, what is happening?
Pikachu salt and pepper shakers.
We actually only have the ginormous Costco salt and pepper, so we could use it.
So maybe we could put some salt and pepper in Pikachu's butt. What do you say? Are we allowed to use these? Or maybe, who knows? Maybe they're super valuable and we don't want to use them.
Well, let's find out.
This is going to be great, though, because when I do my Pokemon pack opening stream,
now you have people.
I've got like
an audience.
Yeah, I could bring gigantic Pikachu here. It'll be great. And you know what we could do, Carla Marie? We could double it up. It could be a stream where I'm opening up Pikachu cards, and we could finally do that stream where you play Pokemon for the first time.
Oh, I thought it was the stream where I dye your hair pink.
Sure, we'll do it all. We will do it all.
All right, we're going to remove these from the table for now.
Let's leave this Pikachu here today. Or we could leave Turtwig there.
Better.
And this can go over here.
Do you get to say the name of the person who got it first?
Oh, his name is Song.
Yeah.
And Song is a very nice guy. Now, Song does not work for the Pokemon Company.
No.
He does work for Nintendo, so I'm assuming there's obviously a connection there.
But he knows, we've met him at a bunch of Seattle Cocktail Club events, and he knows that Anthony's a huge Pokemon fan.
Yep.
So he was here for an event last night and apparently had all this stuff in his car.
And this is a big weekend for all the Nintendo employees as well, because like we were talking about during the countdown, it's PAX weekend, which is an event that's gone on for a long time here. It's like a gaming convention type of thing, expo. And also the first ever Nintendo Live. So it's a Nintendo-specific convention. So think of Comic-Con, but just Nintendo stuff.
Oh, that's cool, actually.
Yeah.
And where is that?
That's in Seattle.
Why would they do both at the same time?
I don't know. It's a good question. I was thinking about going to both.
I feel like they should have waited till fall. I mean, it's last weekend of summer.
It is, unfortunately, Carla Marie. People are considering
It's
this
not
the fall now.
It's September 21st.
September's tomorrow.
But fall is in September. 20.
Yeah, but people consider September the fall.
Okay, well.
You're the one who was saying how you're so sad that summer's over literally 2 days ago.
No, I'm sad. Okay, we'll get into this.
Okay.
Let's handle the what goes on at Nintendo Live thing.
Okay.
Where is it?
Thank you to Josh from Indy for all those gifted subs. I think that was 5 from him. I saw 3 from Jen and Lisa each. Thank you guys very, very much.
Thank you.
It looks like it says the hype train is close, but I guarantee we'll get right into level 3 based on what we've received so far. Because I know we had some subs earlier and a couple bits. So what are you looking up, Carly?
It's at Seattle Convention Center. Then where's PAX?
PAX, I think, is at the Seattle Center.
Dear God.
That's usually where PAX is.
Do we have to go downtown for anything this weekend?
Yeah, for those events. Okay, Angela said, no, Anthony, summer is not over until the 3rd week of September. I love fall, but I don't want to. Listen, I'm a summer baby.
So here's the thing. It took me a very long time, and I still struggle with this as an adult, that summer doesn't end after Labor Day because you don't have to go back to school, right?
Yeah.
Technically, our schedules have not changed this whole year, right? Like, think about that. There is no...
We don't have a summer vacation.
No. So why can't I just continue on my life the same way next week as I have for July and August?
Yes.
And I started telling Anthony, because he was like, summer doesn't have to end just because you don't go back to school. And I was like, yes, but obviously a big part of our lives for 12-something years, were more than that, actually, college, we're being trained that way. Aside from that, when kids go back to school, and this is my proof that there is an energy around, the vibe changes.
I think it's better, though.
No. And tell me if this is true, because some cities have kids that go back to school in August.
Yeah.
For example, here in the city of Seattle, they don't go back to school till next week, which I know most of New Jersey is. The surrounding parts of Western Washington, they're already back in school.
Oh, really?
But in Seattle, I feel like and same thing in New Jersey, there's just a vibe shift in the air when kids go back to school. It also affects the parents, and then everyone's in a different mood. And I feel that even though I have no one going back to school.
Yeah, but I feel like it's almost for those of us without kids and who are not going to school themselves, it's like a turbocharged summer, because now if you live in a beach area, beaches are a little more clear. But, if you live around Seattle, the parks are more clear.
But that is that's also part of what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like summer.
It feels better than summer. It's all the benefits of summer without kids around. No offense to your kids if you watch this show, but life is better without them around in general public areas. Yeah, most parents are super happy. Thank you very much, Mandarin Rose.
That's crazy. Arizona schools go back like second week of July.
Oh, wow. So I feel like that's a silly thing to do. They should shorten Arizona's school. Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, probably Nevada as well. I feel like all of those, and Southern California, they should shorten those school years, condense them, so that way kids aren't in school during like the sweltering heat.
But they probably have AC in school, and sometimes I bet you those kids don't have it at home.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows? I mean, I feel like in Arizona, yes. But
let's see. Jordan in Puyallup said, agree with you, Carla Marie. Also, being in Puyallup, the fair starts tomorrow, and that has been the staple of the beginning of fall.
We haven't done a single Washington State Fair since living here. Yeah, but I've been to Iowa State Fair how many times? At least 2.
I've been there once.
So, should we go?
Only if we have presidential nominees or candidates who come here and rap.
No. I don't even want to. If they're going, I'm not going. Anyone.
And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Vivek Ramaswamy, who is one of the people trying to win the Republican nomination for president, he was at the Iowa State Fair, and I guess they were playing Lose Yourself while he was meeting people and high-fiving people on the stage, and just started rapping it. It's so weird.
Okay.
Listen, if you want to vote for him, go for it. Just don't vote for him based on his rapping ability.
So, out of all the Washington State Fairs, though, which one should we go to?
What do you mean?
There's more than one.
No, but the state fair is the one in Puyallup.
The fair.
Yeah, that one. I'm 99% sure that's the one in Puyallup. That's where all the performances are when they have different nights of performances. That's the Washington State Fair is in Puyallup.
All right, so
we can go. Maybe we should do a meetup type thing.
Oh God, what is the food at Washington State Fair?
Did you just ask what the food is?
Yeah, what's the
it's
thing?
Fair food.
No, but is there chicken lips? There's a whole chicken on a stick.
Oh, and then there's the Evergreen Fair in Monroe. Now, when is that, Miss Teehee?
I know there's a fair already happening. My friends went.
That's if your friends went, it's probably the Evergreen Fair then, because they're up by Monroe, are they not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so down south you've got the Washington State Fair, and up north you're looking at the Evergreen State Fair,
Twigwort.
and that is going on now. So Evergreen State Fair is right now, and what'd you call him? Twigwort?
I still don't know his name.
Turtwig.
Why does that make more sense?
I don't know, because that's just what they called him back in the day. I think he's
Cow Chip Cookies has a whole stand here.
Where? Which one?
At Washington State Fair.
All right, we're going. Yeah, Turtwig. Turtwig is I believe Turtwig is a Gen 4 Pokemon.
They have a cheeseburger, but it's in between a glazed donut.
I'll do all of the foods.
Yeah, I know what happened last time we did that.
Yeah, I won't do that many, I guess.
You couldn't come and hang out with everybody.
Get elephant ears at the fair.
I just saw that. Okay.
What is an elephant ear?
It's a pastry.
Oh, the last day of the Evergreen State Fair is Labor Day.
All right, but we're not going to that one.
Why not? Why don't we just go?
When are you going to do that?
Well, okay. We can do Labor Day is Monday.
I'm really glad. Everyone's probably so excited to hear a list of things that we're going to do this weekend.
No, I need to do, what's it called?
PAX?
Nintendo Live.
Uh-huh.
So Nintendo Live can be Sunday, PAX can be Saturday, and then we'll go to the last day of the fair on Monday.
Is that a Roosevelt shirt on the Nintendo Live website that a random person's wearing?
It does not. It looks similar to. It looks like it could be a Roosevelt shirt, but I don't believe it is.
That's cool.
It is one of their overall print. It looks like one of their overall print shirts, but I don't think it's one of them. Yes, Carla.
It's not on the list. Did we hit a
Okay.
hype train or something?
I don't believe so.
Gilly Wagon said, "Did you just say what is an elephant ear?"
Yeah, what is an elephant ear?
You've definitely seen these.
I'm assuming we're not talking about actual elephants here.
Anthony.
So, no, I don't know if I have.
They exist in New Jersey. They're like that, and they have them all over Disney.
What is it? It's a pastry?
It's like a flaky. You don't like flaky pastries,
No.
that's why.
No, it's not my thing. Give me that glazed donut, though, with a burger inside of it. I'll suck that one down.
So, obviously, I've been to like club openings, bar openings in life. When you're
Yes.
younger, you go to like these cool events and you're like, oh, it's going to be our bar. It's going to be our spot. Like yesterday, I went to the grand opening of a grocery store. Metropolitan Market. There's a bunch of them in and around the Seattle area, but one opened up the neighborhood over from us
Okay.
in Crown Hill. And I have been, like, when I saw it was a Met Market opening, I was like,
A lot of people have been very excited about this.
oh my God. So, neighbor Olivia and I made it a date. We were going to go there and get lunch because they have hot food, cold food, like an area to sit. They have a whole cafe. I mean, they have a poke bowl station where you make your own poke bowl.
That's cool.
You're going to freak out when you see it. It's so good.
Now, I make it myself?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you scoop all the things you
Oh,
want.
I can't be trusted with that.
I know.
Yeah.
So we get there yesterday, and I was like, so this is like what grand openings are like in your 30s. You are so pumped to go to a grocery store grand opening. The parking lot was chaos. It was like Garden State Plaza at Christmas time in New Jersey. And we finally get a spot. We go inside. Like, how do we even order the salads? Because the people that are there, they're learning too, but
Yeah.
everyone was so nice.
Yeah.
Like, when they were making my burrata salad, they were looking at a little picture of it to figure out how to make it. But if you don't know what Met Market is and you're ever visiting Seattle, I highly recommend going just to get the cookie.
There's one, actually, if you are visiting and you're doing touristy stuff, there is one pretty close to the Space Needle.
Yes.
Like, I would say, 4 blocks away from the Space Needle, something like that?
Yeah. And it is truly the best cookie I've ever had in my life. It's so good.
Second best. Cow chip cookies are
Nah,
the best
it beats
cookies.
cow chip. And then
Both in Washington, so this is very much an insider conversation.
yes. But I had posted the cookie to my story, and I was like, best cookie, whatever. Like, I'll literally fight you on this. And someone was like, walnuts don't belong in cookies. And I was like, listen, the walnuts
Your
make
opinion
the-
doesn't belong in my feed.
No,
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Also, before we move on from the Washington State Fair conversation, Jordan in Puyallup said, anyone who's attending the state fair, let me know. I live less than 10 minutes away from the fair. So if you happen to be going down there, Jordan in Puyallup, hit her up. Jordan, if you feel like sharing your Instagram or whatever, throw that in the chat.
Lisa said, ahem.
What?
For Old Times Bake.
Oh.
They do actually have. Actually, you know what? I will say that
Their
cookie,
DoubleTree cookie was very, very good.
and the Met Market cookie is comparable to a DoubleTree cookie.
Is it? Are they the same type
They're
of thing?
bigger.
Yeah, they're huge. I mean, this cookie's...
It's $3.59 for a single cookie without tax.
But it feeds a family.
Well, I never realized that the packaging says great for sharing.
Yeah. I've never shared one. But I'm sure back in the day during like the Great Depression, that could have fed like a whole block.
Whole block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
whole
everyone
district.
just handed out gigantic cookies.
But yeah, I would.
Ooh, Hello Robin cookies are also very, very good.
Well, they're also not comparable because they'll literally put an entire s'more on that cookie.
Yeah. Which is very, very good.
But in terms of like chocolate chip cookie, I mean, for Old Times Bake is number one, then Met Market.
I did not see this. Maybe this has to be in a pop stop tomorrow, Carla Marie. It's Meg, not Megan, said, did you guys see the Eras Tour is coming to movie theaters?
Officially?
Thank you, Meg.
Well, I knew that they were filming it when I was there.
I love this. Scotty said he can't wait to try the sisters' cookies, which would be Jen and Lisa for Old Times Bake.
The sisters' cookies. Oh my God, yes. And of course, all days October 13th.
Oh, so it's a one-day thing, like an event?
No. Beginning October 13th.
okay.
But 13's Taylor Swift's
Yeah.
number. It's our number
Your number?
as Swifties.
Oh,
But also, that's the day that I think we're traveling.
possibly, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Since we are talking about the end of summer vacation, this is probably a good time to bring this up. So we did not take a summer vacation. We took a day off here for 4th of July, a couple days off for COVID, but that's really it. And one of the reasons we didn't do that is because we do have a decent amount of time off coming up in the fall.
Yeah.
And that's because we are going to be traveling to the motherland. Well, my family's motherland. We are going to Jordan for a while and then Palestine for a couple of days. And that is going to take about, between all the travel back to the East Coast and all that, about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So in October, at the end of October, we will be gone. So that's the reason we didn't take a full summer vacation.
But we don't have our flights yet, so who knows?
I mean, it's going to happen. It's in over a month. We're fine.
The anxiety that I have.
Yeah, why do you have anxiety about that?
Because we're traveling to another country.
Yeah, that part I understand.
And I don't care about traveling to another country. We don't have our flights booked for an international travel. And we don't even know if we're going to New Jersey first. We may just be flying from here.
Okay, but all of those things don't seem like things that should cause anxiety. You figure it out and you book it. I'm not saying to do it on your own. I'm just saying it will be figured out and it will be booked. There isn't a lot, like, it doesn't seem like something that should cause a lot of stress.
It does, because I would like to be tracking
Tracking what?
the flights for prices and times.
Those flights aren't going to fluctuate that much in the next week.
How often you fly there?
I do know that unless you're booking last minute, those flights are going to stay pretty consistent. Because I have flown to that part of the world before.
Okay, so what are we doing there?
What do you mean? Well, we're in Jordan.
Mhm.
So we're going to visit the house my mom grew up in.
That's like, we know the people there, or we're just going to stand outside
I
of
think
it?
we just go there. Yeah. And like knock on the door. I don't know. I
No.
think she did that when she was there. So my mom went on a trip to Jordan and Palestine. And this actually is very helpful because
Yeah.
really she hasn't been back there. She's never been to Palestine, even though that's where her family is from. But
But she went just this year.
yeah.
Okay.
Up until this year, she had never been to Palestine, even though that is where her family's from. But when her parents were kicked out of Palestine, like they lost their homes when it became Israel, I only had one aunt that was born. So the rest of my family, including, it's weird how it works. My grandfather and grandmother on my mom's side and my aunt are refugees, right? They have refugee status kind of globally. All of their kids, even though they were born in different countries, like some of them were born in Iraq, some of them were born in Jordan, they're also refugees, even though they were born in those countries because no one wanted to give Palestinians citizenship.
Jesus.
Because part of it was you had so many Palestinians that were essentially exiled that no one wanted to be the one country that was responsible for taking them all in, which is eventually what led to the the Lebanese civil war, because so many Palestinians ended up in Lebanon.
Okay.
But So my mom had never been there, but she did go with our church group. They did like around Orthodox Easter. They did a whole trip to the Holy Land, went to Jordan, went to Palestine, and she got to meet some family members for the first time, see some places for the first time. So now she's our tour guide because she's been there
That makes me so
before.
happy.
Yeah.
So we're going to the Dead Sea and the Red Sea?
Both? Dead and red?
I heard about that.
Okay.
Are we going to Petra?
Yes, we are going to Petra. We're going to stay in a desert out there for a night.
Oh, yeah, like we're glamping kind of.
Yeah. There's a lot. And then we're going to see some, like, I guess, family members in Jordan. We're going to go to dinner at one of their homes. That's in one of the shots, Carla.
It wasn't before. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah. And then when we go to Palestine, we'll see where my grandparents' house was. I think the house is still standing, last I heard. And then my mom, when she was in Palestine, she was there, like I said, for Easter weekend. They were marching through some procession, and there was a gentleman standing next to her, and they started talking. That guy's friend came over and said, "Oh, who are you talking to?" And the guy jokingly said, "Oh, this is my cousin, my long-lost cousin or something." And it turns out they were actually, I think, second cousins.
Which is bizarre.
Because my mom said her maiden name. The guy was like, "Well, that's my last name." And they figured out the lineage and figured out where they connect.
Like, that would be like someone visiting America from Italy.
No, it'd be the opposite. It'd be like you going to Italy.
But like, what if that person was here?
It's the same thing, I guess,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
But
like, what are the odds?
But I don't know why you brought the person to America. You could have gone to Italy.
Because it is just as crazy. Like, imagine being in New York
It
City
is,
in Times Square.
Yeah.
I'm running a lunch.
I guess no matter where it happens, it is pretty crazy.
Also, there is an activity we're doing that I don't think you'll be able to participate in.
What?
We're sandboarding.
Yeah, we'll see. I probably can't sandboard.
Like, it's not worth the risk.
Thankfully, I have done sandboarding in the past.
Yes. So
I know how terrible it is. Not terrible. It's not a terrible experience. It's just not something you're ever going to be good at.
Excuse me. Your brother Justin and I are going to be so good since we've done it before.
Maybe.
I wonder if it feels different. Like, there's different sand there than where we went.
I'm sure it's slightly different.
Hopefully, it's not as hot.
It'll probably be hotter. Although we're going in October, so maybe not.
Justin claims he never fell.
I don't know. That seems like a lie. But this is happening in October. And what's really cool is there's a guy who is also, I believe, Jordanian and Palestinian who works in radio. His name is Derek. Is that how you would say it in English, I guess? He's actually there right now in Jordan. So I messaged him. He works, if you're in the Sacramento area. Yes. I believe he's over there. He posted from Jordan, and I told him that I'm going essentially in a month and a half. And he mentioned that he still might be there. So we might actually, our trips might overlap a little bit, which would be pretty cool. To see someone in the radio industry who shares my lineage, essentially, or my background. What else do we got here? October is the perfect time to travel. Went to Italy last year in October, and it was the best, says Tacoma Swifty. I'm very excited.
It'll be good times.
Yeah. This will be pretty dope. But yeah, that's the vacation schedule.
Can I have pink hair there? What if my hair's pink?
I think you're fine. If you go into some of the holy sites in Palestine, you might have to like cover your head with like a handkerchief type of thing. That's about it.
All right. Mine get kidnapped.
I doubt it.
Like, pickpocketing in Italy is wild.
What?
Pickpocketing in Italy?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the crime scene is like.
Different.
Yeah.
But like, what? There's probably people in other countries like, oh, don't go to America, you're gonna get shot.
Well, yeah. Well, there was a thing recently about how I guess Canada put out some warning for like their LGBTQ community about coming to America.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Other countries have done it too about coming to America and the shootings. Like they tell them like, this is what happens, and like if you book a trip to America, like this, just so you know, this is what crime is like in America. There's mass shootings, so there's a chance you're going to get killed.
Yeah, I remember reading one of the warnings from another country. And it's really weird because it's basically saying America's a very safe place unless you end up in a mass shooting, which you can't really like
this
help
is what
yourself.
People do there.
Yes.
So just
kind of weird.
So,
but we're gonna get to the list finally. We haven't done any of this stuff. We did do the Pokemaniac because we did end up with a lot of Pokemon stuff here. Little Turtwig,
Squirtle is on the floor. No. Slowky Poke.
Slowky Poke.
What's his name?
Slowpoke.
Oh.
and Ranger Pikachu, and the Pikachu salt and pepper shakers. And shout out to Lenny, who sent us Jacked Pikachu a little while ago.
So
There's a lot of pokey stuff in here.
you spelled Wordle wrong.
I did? Oh, whatever.
How do you even
Oh,
play?
yeah. I did spell that wrong. It is not Detective Pikachu. It's Safari Pikachu. It does look a little Detective Pikachu-ish. But disregard the fact that I spelled Wordle wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever done anything in my entire life where more people have shown their support and said they're proud of me and happy for me than when I got Wordle correct, got the answer correct on the first try yesterday.
Where you posted about it?
I did. I posted it. So I didn't want to post about it too early yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I posted about it, was it this morning or last night? Late last night, right after midnight, because I didn't want to ruin the Wordle.
Of course.
Depending on when people do it. But I've been using audio as my first word, essentially, I really think from like the first or second day that I started playing Wordle, when it became a big, big thing. So over a year, I've been using audio as the first word.
My mom uses it now because you do.
Well, did she play yesterday?
I don't know. She would have told me.
Oh, man, if she missed it, I'd feel really bad. Really, really bad. Although it's a great first word anyway, but you're never going to get that experience.
I also think she's playing a knockoff Wordle. There's like another one. Drown You Out said, I think the second line is more impressive than the first because the first is just luck.
The first for me was consistency. There were so many, like, what if I skipped yesterday's game? What if I decided out of nowhere that wasn't going to be my first word?
Have you been more consistent with anything in your life?
Probably not. Gym is close, but the gym, like, I've taken breaks from that for a long time. Mm-hmm. So I'd say Wordle from beginning to now is probably the most consistent thing I have ever done.
Nara said she uses Adieu, A-D-I-E-U, which is very similar.
Yeah.
Like letters-wise to audio.
Well, Nara, I wish you the best of luck in getting that as the first word one day. So here's my question. Should I change my first word? Because when I was out last night for a friend's going away party, and I had mentioned to the group, it was kind of like a lull in the conversation. So I was like, how do I pick this thing up? I said, I don't know if anyone here is a Wordle fan. And I pulled up my phone. And thankfully, a bunch of people were very impressed. And then the woman next to me said, that's happened to me twice. Ooh. She'll find a good first word, and then she'll go back, because you can check every single Wordle answer that's ever been posted, and she'll make sure it hasn't been used yet.
That's cool.
And then she'll use it until it becomes the first word.
That's tough, because obviously I feel like, you want to stick to it because it's...
Yeah.
But I like the idea of switching it up to a new word.
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm very scared. Because I have a whole system. God. When audio is my first word, because obviously it's only going to be the correct answer once, based on the vowels that are correct in audio, I then have a bunch of second words picked out.
Yeah, you got 4 vowels in one. It's 5.
Exactly. So it's 5 letters.
Yeah.
So let's say A is the only thing in audio that is correct, and it's like yellow. Then I know that stare is going to be my next word because it's got a lot of consonants that people use often, and it adds the E. If it's O, I'll use store. If it's U, flute, I think is the word I use. And then what's the other one? I. What do I use when I is the word? Is the only letter I mean. I can't remember.
Maybe you should switch it up to get the brain going more, so you don't do the same thing.
But then I'm gonna have to rethink this whole process.
Yeah, that's how life works.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
Do you remember when Wordle came out and we were like, we're gonna play this game? We had to just explain it to everyone.
We played it on the stream for a couple days. Do aisle and then court, or I do aisle and then court, says Dana in Maryland. Those are 2 great words. Knock out a lot of letters. I don't know if I like aisle though, because you've got 2 I's there.
No, you don't.
A-I.
S-L-E.
Oh, that looks like I don't know why I thought that was an I for a second. My eyes are bad. I used the word I and the letter I too much. That was silly of me. Let's see. I do weird. Matt Soup said, I like weird, plank, and ghost.
Jen said she does route.
Route's a good one. Route is a good one. I have the same process as Anthony Audio, which I missed yesterday. Oh, no, Taylor.
That's rough.
Taylor, that. You know what's funny is I didn't even think about what if I didn't play yesterday out of all the days that I've played. And someone at the bar asked me, what would you have done if you didn't? And I had this weird, like, pit in my stomach where I realized how close I could have been.
Yeah. To missing it.
I may have cried if that happened to me.
You were very excited when you did it.
Yeah.
That was yesterday?
That was yesterday morning. And you know what? It set off my morning in a very positive way, and I had a pretty positive day in general.
I think it was the day before.
No, it was yesterday, Carla. Everyone who plays Wordle, when was this? I literally have the screenshot. It was yesterday morning.
Oh, yesterday was Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, fine.
Did you get Tones a Met cookie to celebrate? Asks Scotty.
He did get a Met cookie.
But that's
not why.
Met cookie, had that, went out to a bar for a friend's going away party, had a good day at the gym. What else good happened? A couple good things.
During retrograde. That's crazy.
And little did I know, all of these Pokemon were dropped off at the studio yesterday.
What a day.
Really, just a good day. And I'm going to add something to the list, Carla Marie, to the list of good things. I got to meet a pig at a bar.
Okay.
A pig at a bar. I will repeat that.
Why?
I met a pig at a bar. So, like I said, I went to this place called Sonia's. Mm-hmm. It's downtown. It's on First Ave. It's right by Pike Place Market. And I go in the back, and it's my friend's going away party. So there's about, I don't know, a dozen people there or so. A lot of them are old coworkers. One of them is another guy who goes to the same gym. This is one of my gym buddies. And he says, would you like to meet a pig? Yeah, absolutely. Who says no to that? And it turns out one of his old coworkers just bought a pig 7 weeks ago or something like that. Or it's 7 weeks old. And it's in basically a little cat carrier. And he had it at the bar, yeah.
He was definitely scared.
Well, we were in a back room type of thing, so it was very quiet. Oh, I did pet it.
Doesn't their hair feel funny?
Yeah.
Like almost like a porcupine.
It is. It's stiffer hair, but it's also somehow soft at the same time.
And if you scratch them, like, you know, you scratch the cat's butts, their hairs go up.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
It was a really cute pig. I forgot what the pig's name was, but...
How do you forget its name?
Well, there was a lot going on. I was just very surprised I saw a pig to begin with. And then I had so many pig questions. Like, he's got a dog. They get along really well. Mm-hmm. I asked him because, surprisingly, I realized in that moment, he's the third person in my life that I've met who has a pet pig. Your friend Alex, my friend Dana, both have pigs.
R.I.P. Stunner.
Oh, Stunner's not around anymore, huh?
He died.
Dana's pig is still around. And I think this happens to a lot of people. Like, Dana got her pig thinking it was going to, like...
No, because it's a scam.
Be small.
And I'm not just saying this.
Yeah.
They are called micro pigs, but there's no such thing. So, yeah, they're micro when you buy them.
Yeah.
But then they become, like...
Then it's a full pig.
Alex had a full-blown farm animal.
Yeah.
She used to have to close off her kitchen cabinets the same way you do for babies because they're so smart.
Well, that's what I mentioned. I said, you know, the crazy thing about pigs, and I've learned this from the two people that I know that have them, is you have to child-proof your home.
He would open cabinets and take out all the pots and pans.
And according to this guy, he said pigs are, in some weird scale or ranking, the fifth smartest animal in the world.
They're so smart.
Dogs, I think, rank 19th.
Yeah, dogs.
And we consider dogs pretty smart, though. They
Cats
learn things.
Let's see.
But pigs apparently are some of the smartest animals in the world. But he said he got them from a place called Dragonfly Farm here in Washington, up north. And apparently you could go to that farm and, like, hang out with all the animals. They show you around.
10 smartest animals. This
Okay, what do
doesn't
we
have
got?
it in order. Orangutan, bottlenose dolphin, chimpanzee,
Yeah, I feel like monkeys are going to dominate this list.
elephant, African gray parrot,
Okay.
octopus,
Those things are scary.
pig, crow. I know that. Pigeon. Good thing I saved Petey.
Pigeons are smart.
And rats.
I feel like rats and pigeons actually have to be smart because you figure they're
Street
still
smart.
they're still living in cities.
They're street smart.
They've figured it out.
They may not be book smart, though.
Like, there used to be deer in Manhattan. They're all dead now. They didn't figure it out. There's like a handful of them on Staten Island, but that's about it. But like
Pigs-
rats and pigeons, and granted they're much smaller, but they've figured it out.
So pigs are considered by animal experts to be more trainable than dogs or cats. But does that make them smarter or more loyal?
I don't know.
I guess smarter. Octopus.
Can you train an octopus if you get it as like a baby puss?
You can train anything.
Oh, pigeons weren't in New York City before English colonizers, says my brother. That makes sense. They probably came over on a ship or something.
Where are pigeons native to? Europe, North Africa, and Western Asia. The bird of New York City, huh?
Mm.
How did pigeons come to America? Man, here we go. Down a rabbit hole.
Down
a pigeon
It's
hole.
got to be on a boat.
Europeans, they arrived. They were domesticated birds as in centuries past. Common pigeons were often used as homing pigeons and carrier pigeons to deliver messages, especially in times of war.
But also people ate pigeon.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
Why don't people eat pigeon anymore? Like, why can't I just take down a pigeon and grill it up?
Because it's probably got the bird flu.
Where can I get a good... Where can someone make me a good pigeon meal?
Can you eat city pigeons was the question.
Can you eat city pigeons? I don't see why not.
While it's true that city pigeons shouldn't be eaten, rumors that they are particularly diseased birds are just that, rumors. Pigeons are no more likely to carry avian diseases than any other bird, but we have made these feral birds moderately dangerous by feeding them our trash.
So it's not the bird itself, it's that it eats our garbage. But if it's just eating our scraps, like, isn't that what chickens eat too? Don't they eat a lot of scraps? And
honestly, I'm telling you, each day something happens where I'm like, maybe I should just be vegan.
Okay, so it seems like what you feed the pigeon matters. So where can I eat a properly fed and prepared and cooked pigeon?
This is a Reddit article from 4 years ago.
Okay.
How can you safely cook and eat a city pigeon? Once the collapse happens, and I happen to be in an empty city while being very hungry, I think that eating pigeons would be an alternative instead of dying of starvation. I know that city pigeons have a bad diet, and that can most likely carry various diseases. And I know that I will have to be very careful with the cooking process. So how do I safely gut a city pigeon?
Yeah.
Should I remove the feathers and wash the pigeon? What parts do you cook for a certain time? How do I know which pigeon is a bad idea for eating purposes? Anything that may be useful, really. What should I look out for? What nutritional...
You're going to read this whole post?
But that's the kind of person that's going to be way ahead of us.
No, but I think if you can prepare any bird, you can probably prepare pigeon. Right? Like if you lived on a farm, know how to prepare a chicken, I'm sure it's the same method for pigeon.
If you're a vegan and the world ends, you can just eat plants and be fine as long as you know which are bad ones.
Yeah, you don't want to be like the guy in the Alaska movie. What was that movie? In the Air? No. The Air up there? No.
The bus one?
Yeah.
Or Hatchet?
No, Hatchet. It worked out for him. What's the movie? In the Wild? No.
It's a true story.
No, I understand that. Alive? No, that's not one. That was
The Wild. Into the Wild. Oh, what?
I don't know. I'm just naming movies now.
Into the Wild.
Into the Wild. Yeah, the guy decides to go live in Alaska, but then, like, spoiler alert, eats a berry and dies. It's the wrong berry.
Which is kind of what happens in Hatchet, but he survives.
Yep.
He just poops himself.
But, again, I think if you can prepare any bird, you could probably prepare pigeon. And this is why I do want to learn things. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel. And it's like Anthony learning things. And I go to a farm for a week. And I learn how to properly prepare a chicken. Like, how do I get a fillet, you know? How do I make sure it's nice? Like a chicken breast or whatever. How do I fillet a fish?
I told you my dad will teach you that.
And I want to learn these things. Because I know I could catch a fish if I needed to. I know I've fished before and I've caught fish. I don't know what to do with it when I get it. Yeah, other than throw it back in the water.
But then my dad once said, does he want to know how to clean it or fillet it?
I want to learn everything.
Okay.
From water to plate.
When we go visit my motherland next month.
Italy?
No, the Jersey Shore. Maybe my dad will catch a fish and show you.
That would be fantastic.
I can just see you being like this, like, I don't want to touch it. Ew, it stinks.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it. But I'd like to know from line to plate.
I think you need to know how to even put the bait on the line.
I've done that before.
And if you're going to make this a YouTube channel, like, and you want to appeal to the masses, no one's going to care that Anthony's learning things. So you have to do, like, idiot learns things.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Thanks for calling me an idiot.
Millennial learns things. Like millennial man learns how to do things.
Yeah.
I think that's what it should be.
Yeah, I want to learn how. The chicken thing, for some reason, I don't feel bad if even though I've caught fish and I know that they're going to die eventually, seeing a little chicken run around and then knowing I've got to like chop off its head, I'd feel pretty bad about that one. I think the blood is what would throw me off.
I think the screams.
Maybe that too.
Tacoma Swifty said, my friend at work is doing an online course for farm life. She grew up in Ukraine and knows a lot, but wants to relearn something. She's also volunteering on a nearby farm, and it's super helpful.
I would, if anyone around the Seattle area lives on a farm, owns a farm, and would let me come there for a day and learn things, I'll work. I'll stack hay or do things.
Ashley,
it has to be Achilles approved.
Ashley, who was in our friend Lindsay's wedding.
Yes.
We took the ferry with her. She has a farm in Montana and is like literally, and it's acres. She's like, whenever you want to come. She named the baby chicken after me.
I just can't go to Montana whenever I want.
Well, I'm going to check in to see how Carla Marie is doing.
Let's see. Jill said, my dad lives 2 hours from you. He would teach you. I would love to learn. Jill, does your dad have chickens? And does he, I don't know, prepare them? What do you do with it? That's what you call it, right? Prepare a chicken?
For death?
Yeah. Well, like, no, not preparing it for death, but like doing the deed.
Because
plucking it, cutting it.
You do this life, and I'm going to prepare for a vegan apocalypse.
Yeah, that's fine.
Life. I'm going to grow corn, not nutritional at all. Maybe some carrots. I have a garden going.
Yeah. I don't know if we'd survive off of it. It's got some
21 tomatoes.
Got some tomatoes.
On one plant.
Let's see. Chickens, ducks, llamas, alpacas. That's cool.
But do you eat those all?
I'm sure you could eat all of those.
But the llamas and alpacas would keep us warm.
You got to keep them for the fur or something. But like, again, what would you do, right? Someone says, here's a flock of sheep.
Buzz them.
You buzz them, and then what?
Put it in a pillowcase and sleep on it.
Like, I want to learn how to do that kind of stuff. Do you ever think about that? Like, let's use cotton as an example. If someone said, here's a whole cotton field, right? You can't ever buy another shirt.
Give me some nail polish remover and take one out.
You can never buy another shirt. You have to make everything.
No, it's got to be spun on the thing.
Yeah, how do you do it?
What's the name? What's that fairy tale? Come on.
Rapunzel? No.
The one where they spin.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is a good point. So Sonali said, guys, if the world ends, I'm going to die too. No thanks. I don't want to survive the apocalypse. That brings me to the next point is, would you want to survive the apocalypse?
I've talked about this.
I don't think
for
so.
a little bit, but I don't want to, I don't want to be sleeping on concrete.
No, because a little bit's going to be the worst part. If I have to survive the apocalypse, I want to get to like a year or two after when like the riots and the murders and everything go down.
Will they ever?
And then absolutely. Because what's going to happen is everyone's going to lose their data. You're going to have like local warlords in cities.
Data?
Yeah, we're not going to have electricity or data. And then the world's going to end. Like, think about it. If an apocalyptic event happens, war breaks out.
Right.
If you're trying to bring down a country, what's the first thing you would knock out? All of their electricity and data.
I just don't know why you went there first.
Because that's what's going to happen, and that's what's going to cause mass panic and hysteria, and then everyone's going to kill each other. I want to get through that part. Maybe hide in a cave somewhere.
So what do I do then?
Because then after all the people die off, then that's where you end up with people like working on co-op farms and stuff.
Or
I think.
Do I want to die the second it happens?
That's honestly probably the preferred route.
Well, I don't want someone to kill me. I want to die.
But like, what if you didn't know?
What is it called when you do? Not that one.
What?
Like when like Oregon lets you do it if you're old and you're sick.
That's like
not graceful. There's another word.
I don't know what they call
dying
it.
with dignity.
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, I don't think that's an option during an apocalyptic event.
Well, it will be, and I'm going to have to take my cats too. I will die like a pharaoh. Because I'm not going to let them roam the streets of an apocalypse.
They'd be fine, though, for a while. Max would die pretty quick. The rest of them would be fine.
Max would die.
Yeah. Oh, Washington apparently has it as well. I didn't know that.
Has what?
Death with dignity.
Oh, perfect.
Even again, I don't think like you have that choice I don't think you can fill out the proper paperwork in the case of an apocalyptic event.
I will have an injection of some kind on hand.
I mean,
I have my Go backpack. There's no way to kill myself with what's in there to survive. So maybe I'll try to survive a little bit.
Here's the thing. We only have a couple minutes left, and I do have to get out of here on time because I've got physical therapy today, and I might, fingers crossed, I might run for the first time today. I know I thought I was going to do it last week, but they wanted me to walk for a little bit. I will. But before we get out of here, the last thing that happened in my good day yesterday after getting my correct Wordle in one try is I was at this bar, Sonia's, downtown.
Mm-hmm. And you saw a pig.
I saw the pig. And as I was leaving, the guy who, I don't know if he owns the bar, manages the bar, works at the bar, whatever he does, he was asking me earlier in the night about my shirt because I was wearing a You Look Great shirt. I gave him a sticker. He was asking about it. He said he loves the shirt.
What?
He was like, can I tell people about this? And I said, yeah, absolutely.
No, it's a secret.
I walk out of the bar, me and 3 other people, and he comes out. He said, hey, really quick before you go, I have a weird request. I said, sure. What's up? He said, if you want, would you bring a shirt to the bar? If you frame it, I'll put it up at the bar with information as to how people can buy your shirt.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
So we can essentially have a shirt billboard in downtown Seattle in this bar. And it's like a pretty packed area of Seattle.
Tons.
Yeah. So I said, man, I will be here next week with a framed shirt.
Well, yeah, we had to figure out which one. What shirt were you wearing?
I was wearing the tie-dye, but we've got to get like a regular one.
Heck? I just went to our website and it said malware and phishing with a PH.
Not phishing like what I need to learn. But yeah, how cool is that? And then we could tell people, because a lot of people will travel to Seattle and they'll send us pictures from where they are in Pike Place Market and stuff like that. We can tell people, hey, if you visit Seattle at all, if you're downtown, take a picture by our You Look Great shirt. That's the new tourist attraction.
It literally says this site is blocked because it's a known security threat.
I wonder if there's like some certificate we don't have or something. YouLookGreat.co is where you went?
Yeah.
You remember our site?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not good because I gave the guy our website yesterday. He was going to buy shirts.
But if you go to youlookgreat.bigcartel.com, it's fine.
Oh, weird. But yeah, he said he could put our info and a QR code on the bottom of the frame, and he'll just put it up.
That's wild.
So I got to go talk to him. And thankfully, my friend Julian, whose going away party knows that guy. So I'll have his info. Okay. I can ask him exactly what he wants.
Can you text him and tell him that our website's not a scam?
Well, I don't know. I don't have his info right now. Made by Erica said it works for me. Everyone's saying it works for me.
It didn't work on my iPhone or my iPad. Can you go to it?
Maybe your Apple products are stupid. You Look Great. .co. Yeah, malware and phishing. You know what? Maybe it's the internet here might be blocking it for some reason.
But
maybe I'm not saying it's like a bad thing for the internet here. I'm thinking maybe there's some sort of security thing that they're not allowing through. We'll figure it out. Either way, I got to get out of here. I've got to go maybe run for the first time ever on this cool
crazy
treadmill thing. And until Monday, hopefully you can listen to
we're not on Monday.
Oh, God, until Tuesday. Geez, if you've got a long weekend, hopefully you enjoy it. If you don't, hopefully you get some time to yourself to enjoy that. There is a new episode of the Morning Show podcast that is available anywhere you get your shows. There will not be an episode of either the Morning Show podcast or Twitch.
Do you have the birthday song?
On Monday. Do I have the birthday song?
It's Sawyer's birthday.
Oh.
She was going to take a shot with us, she said.
We'll take one on Tuesday.
Do they play this when we go overseas?
If it's someone's birthday.
It'll be mine.
Actually, no, we'll just be passing. My brother Michael's birthday is in October, and Justin's fiance,
Rihanna.
Her birthday is in October as well. So I guess we'll have to play it overseas somewhere.
So exciting.
We'll make sure we take video of that. Thank you for hanging out with us. We will be back on Tuesday. Peace out.